Hey, what's up, guys? Randall and Steve back with you this week for the Players Championship. Coming off of our fourth straight winning week in golf. I mean, I know we preach every single week on the show that you're going to have, a losing week betting on the PGA, and we're definitely due for one. If you
it looked like it was coming last week, but we somehow pulled the rug out of that.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't looking good last week, and Sunday had some fireworks for some of the guys that we had for derivatives, and I mean those continue to be the moneymaker for us. So we'll recap last week. I believe after last week we're sitting after 4 tournaments right around plus 19.8 units. So, Steve, I'll let you jump into the recap from last week, and then we will get into the derivatives for this week, get into the outrights, and hopefully make some money for you guys.
Yeah, sounds great. So our man Scotty, who got us the first outright of the year, we didn't have him. We went really light on derivatives, only played 3. It really wasn't a great outright tournament, in our opinion. So really no harm done there. As Randall said, derivatives have been the big moneymaker. We only went 4 and 5, but doesn't matter when you're hitting plus 320s, plus 350s, plus 230. And Woodland, God, what a rocking chair there, top 40. Could have won it potentially before he fell apart. So yeah, I mean, derivatives are definitely where they're at. And again, I mean, we say it every freaking week, but it's so true. I mean, line shopping is so important. Like Fitzpatrick, top 10, like. That was in the 2s on some books. So, long term, if you want to profit at golf, you got to get the best lines because when we inevitably have a bad tournament, having those extra 60 cents, is going to really come into play over the course of the season. So we'll keep touching on that. But yeah, really happy with how that tournament went, and we're looking forward to getting our 5th straight winning. So the Players, I guess we'll just quick touch on this course. It's at TPC Sawgrass. So it's another Bermuda Greens, par 72. Weather-wise, it's going to be rough. On Thursday and Friday, it's going to be rainy. There's going to be some blustery winds on the weekend. So really guys who are good ball strikers are who we're targeting, who the model likes this week. So, the top 10s, it's 3 of the best ball strikers in the world, JT, Zalatoris, and Morikawa. JT, we've been riding him pretty much all season to great success in the top 10. He's actually the defending champion here. He won last year. And, guys have a terrible track record of winning back-to-back years, but we don't really care. We really like him top 10. He's been playing extremely well. He's 5th in ball striking over his last 20 rounds. He hasn't finished outside the top 20 this season, and 4 of those have been in the top 10. So at plus 185 on Bet Online, love that value. Zalatoris, like same thing, great ball striker. He's been there. He finished 21st last year, but he came up with that recent playoff loss to Luke List at the Farmers. He was right there last week until he really fell apart over the weekend. But his game really translates well. So as long as he can avoid putting up some big numbers, we like him. And, of course, Morikawa, the best iron player in the world. It's going to be hard for him. I mean, his putter's always the X factor, but we love him to finish in the top 10 as well. I'll just quick run through these. Some of the same old guys, just familiar faces here. Oosthuizen, Fitzpatrick, and our man Sungjae, who has really been screwing us, but the model loves him, and we're going to keep going back to the well, right?
I'm voting if he doesn't get it done this week, he's blacklisted. I'm done with him.
I'm with you. I mean, yeah, he's been there. He's been close. But, I mean, and last week he did finish top 20. We got a little aggressive taking him top 10. But so we're giving him one more shot at the top 20. I agree. If he lets us down again, he's done. And then, Fitzpatrick, he was our big winner last week. I think top 20 might be even a little conservative. But at plus 200, it's really good odds for a guy who can potentially win this thing, let alone top 20. Top 40s, I mean, this week it's a small field, so the top 40s, not great odds. And actually 47 of the world's top 50 players are in this field. So, I mean, obviously it's the Players, it's the quote-unquote 5th major. It's an amazing field. I guess the only guys who are out are Bryson is out with an injury, and Harris English, and I guess one other guy.
Yep.
But we did identify a little bit of value here. Ancer, we like him. Fleetwood, I mean, Fleetwood's actually played very well here. He was tied 20 at the Arnold Palmer last week, so his stocks or his games on point coming in, and he has 2 top 7s in 5 starts at Sawgrass, including a T5 2 years ago. And then Lowry, I know Randall was a little bit higher on him than I was, but the model does like him to finish in the top 40. So and like he was obviously right there 2 weeks ago, finishing second at the Honda Classic to Straka. So he's in good form as well. So that's the derivatives.
Yeah, so I mean, those are the derivatives that Steve mentioned. I mean, obviously the top 40, like you said, I mean, not a lot of value there this week. It's obviously a much smaller field. I know we talked last night potentially just about scrapping the top 40, just simply because the value is definitely not there like it is in most tournaments. So taking a look at the outrights, these are some guys that we've already mentioned, but we believe definitely has some value. Justin Thomas, 18-1. Again, won this tournament last year. Probably hard to go back to back, but model loves him, and we love him as well. I know he's one of our favorite players on tour for Steve and I. And then
and one thing really quick there, he's 10-1 in DK. He's 18-1 on other books. So massive difference. Make sure you shop around.
Yeah, absolutely huge difference, especially when it comes to, allotting what you're going to bet on all of these outrights, which we've, talked about before, every single one of these to win 10 units. So JT, 18-1. Will Zalatoris, he's a guy that we're both really high on this week. The model loves him, 48-1. Think there's some incredible value there. Our boy M, 50-1. Not gonna say much about him. Like I said, if he doesn't get top 20 done for us this week or win this tournament, I think he's blacklisted moving forward, and he'll probably win the following week.
Exactly.
just the way it goes in golf. The minute you give up on somebody, they finally win their tournament. And I know Ricky Fowler's been a guy that a lot of people have been betting, over the years and trying to, get him back on track and looking to just cash that one ticket. But,
the joke was for us last year, that was Hovland. We've been in every tournament. He won nothing. We gave up on him and he's already won 2 this year. So go figure.
Yep. Absolutely never fails. Next guy, Louis, we've had him. I don't know if we had him last week or the week before, had him to win, taking him this week, 55-1. And then a guy that, I really like, Abraham Ancer, 70-1. Think that there's some incredible value here. Obviously, we have him for the top 40 at -110 as well. So just to recap, these are our derivatives here that we like for this week. JT, 18-1. Zalatoris, 48-1. M, 50-1. Oosthuizen 55-1, and Ancer 70-1. So hopefully we can have a profitable week this week in golf again. I mean, we're 4 for 4 starting out the year. Hopefully, you guys that have been tailing, I know we've heard from several of you that tail week in and week out. So I mean, we're definitely we're on the right side. We're close to being up 20 units. So, I mean, we can afford a bad tournament, but I mean, if we can avoid it, we'll continue to avoid it as well. And just hopefully continue to keep cashing.
5 units a tournament. I'll be retired by the end of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Pretty good average. So that'll wrap up our show for today or for this week, I guess, with the Players Championship. And we will be back next week and we will see you guys later.
Thanks, guys.